Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Lakeland, Florida and the USA International Speedway for round number 3 of the B-Main Bandits King of Wings series featuring the 305 and the 410 Wing Sprint cars. Final practice just wrapping up on track. Take a look, our final qualifying standings look like this. Cameron Pritchard, quick time tonight, 19.227 seconds around this massive 3/4 mile dirt oval here in Florida. 17 cars registered for tonight's racing action. Let's move straight into the heat races. Heat race number 1 out on the speedway for the 410 sprint cars. Starting on the pole, going to be the number 91 of Matt Grimm. Noah Bowman to his outside, number 24. Andrew Thornton to 31, inside row number 2. Cameron Pritchard to his outside. And rounding out the field, Mr. Richie Joplin giving the 410 wings a try. Five cars going for 8 laps around the USA International Speedway. Off turn number 4, down the really long front straightaway. Green flags in the air, and we're racing. Grimm all the way to the inside to grab some grip. Right to the cushion through turns 1 and 2. Noah Bowman, Cam Pritchard already battling it out for the second position. Pritchard rolling right around the inside wall, trying to make ground on Matt Grimm. Grimm holding on to the high side of the speedway, but Pritchard's coming on the low side. Switch it up this time. Grimm stays down low. Pritchard stays down even lower, hugging that inside wall. Pritchard to the high side this time. A little more than a car length advantage to Matt Grimm as they go into turn number 3. Top 3 all holding the bottom side of the speedway. Noah Bowman changed it up a little bit, goes around the high side 1 and 2, loses a little bit of ground to Pritchard in the process. Pritchard trying to find a way under Matt Grimm. We got 4 down, 4 to go. Pritchard sticks the nose in, Grimm holds his ground. I'm down 3 to go this time. Grimm and Pritchard working the bottom. Thornton rolled the bottom that time, made a little bit of ground on Noah Bowman and ran around the high side of the speedway. Now Bowman back to the bottom. Down the front straightaway, 2 laps to go. Cam Pritchard still unable to get around Matt Grimm. Down the back straightaway, now they're side by side. Pritchard's got the preferred line into turn 3 and 4, gets into the wall. Grimm gets in the back of Pritchard, and they all stay pointed the right direction. White flag, 1 lap to go here in heat race number 1. Pritchard leads them down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. Down the long front straightaway. Checkered flag's gonna fly. Cam Pritchard's gonna win heat race number 1. Matt Grimm in second, Noah Bowman third, Andrew Thornton fourth, and Richie Joplin gonna round out the field. Heat race number 2 rolling out. Jackson McLean starting on the pole out of Paris, Tennessee, number 81. To his outside gonna be the 14 machine, that's Josh Whiteman. Inside row number 2 gonna be the number 98 of Ryan Padgett. Levi Salzgiver making his first start with the B-Main Bandits tonight. To his outside, the 33. And Larry Moody out of St. Louis going to round out your field of 5. McLean going to lead the field down. Green flag is in here. We're racing here at Lakeland for heat race number 2. McLean rolling the bottom but struggling. Ryan Padgett with the big move. He's up to P2, right to the back bumper of McLean. A little bit of contact there into turn 3 and 4. Ryan Padgett with a Great run into turn number 1. Has to stand on the brakes, keep from getting into McLean. Almost 3 wide for the second spot. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Paget winds it up, fires it in, keeps it glued to the bottom. Moody's in the grass down the front straightaway. Seems like we're going to keep it rolling. Oh, big contact between Paget, Salzgiver, and McLean. Paget to pit road. Seems like we're still going to stay green. McLean, absolute weapon all over the place in this heat race. Josh Whiteman squeaks by, and now he's got a sizable advantage over McLean. 0.8 of a second as they move into turn number 3. Four down, 4 to go. Of the 5 that started, we only have 3 remaining on track in this heat race. Salzgiver, the 33 car, representing Surge Performance. Great to see some fresh faces here at the B-Main Bandits Racing League. An unusual trip on the struggle bus tonight for Jackson McLean. Whiteman opened up to a 1.8 second advantage this time around. 2 laps to go this time by. Oh, we got a moment. Let's go for a ride with Josh Whiteman. Take you around this monstrous 3/4 mile speedway. Over 145 miles an hour down the straightaways and right around 95 to 100 in the corners. White flag's out. 1 lap to go for Josh Whiteman. Moves up to the high side of the speedway this time. Back to the bottom, turns 3 and 4. Comes off the final turn. Checkered flag's going to fly. Your heat race winner is going to be Josh Whiteman. Jackson McLean in second. Levi Salzgiver third. Ryan Paget scored in 4th, and Larry Moody rounds out your field of 5. Third and final heat race for your 410 sprint cars rolling out on the speedway now. Starting on the pole, going to be the number 46 KYB machine of Ricky Mandonka. To his outside, the Surge Performance number 11 of Byron Gay. The Bullet, Bowen Smith inside row number 2. Scott Thomason to his outside, and rounding out the field out of Joplin, Missouri, the 69 of Austin Thornton. 5 more cars going for 8 more laps this time by. Green flag is out. Big wheel stand in the back for Austin Thornton. Luckily, nobody to his outside to get collected. Mandonka leads the field down the back straightaway the first time. Bowen Smith already up to P2, taking no prisoners, trying to catch up as quick as he can. At the end of lap number 1, give it to Bowen Smith. He goes from P3 to P1 on lap 1. A little bit of contact between Mandonka and Gay getting into turn number 1. Allows Smith to run and hide, already 0.7 of a second ahead. Scott Thomason working the inside of the speedway. He's now up to P2. Mandonka going backwards, battling with Byron Gay. Two laps down, the 2 STR representatives out front. Byron Gay clears Mandonka. Now he is starting to make his move on Scott Thomason. Got 3 in the books, 5 to go this time by. Thomason catching Smith. Trying to work his way around the bottom side of the speedway as Smith working a high side. Byron Gay pulls within a couple of car lengths of Scott Thomason, following Bowen Smith on the high side. Cross flags halfway home in this one. Smith changes it up, goes to the bottom. Three-tenths of a second the gap to the second place car of Scott Thomason. Byron Gay trying to keep the rubber band tight, keeping the momentum up on the high side of the speedway. Go back and check on Austin Thornton. rest of the field makes their way out of turn number 4. He's making his way to turn number 3, trying to catch Ricky Mandonka. Bowen Smith continues to lead all the way to the bottom of the speedway. Byron Gay, Scott Thomason now wheel to wheel for that second position. White flag flies one more time around for Bowen Smith. Race on the track is for second place. Down the back straightaway, he's right behind Scott Thomason. Byron goes to the cushion. Scott goes to the bottom. Not going to make anything happen. Bowen Smith going to win heat race number 3. Scott Thomason in second, Byron Gay in third, Ricky Mandonka fourth, and Austin Thornton rounds out the field. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for heat race action. Let's go over to the Cedar Lake Speedway in Wisconsin to check out our 305 feature from earlier this week. Feature time for the 305 sprint cars here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Starting on the pole tonight out of Anadarko, Oklahoma, going to be the number 98 of Ryan Paget. To his outside, going to be the Bullet, Bowen Smith. Inside of row number 2, going to be the 14 machine of Josh Whiteman. To his outside, the 31 of Andrew Thornton. Inside of row number 3, going to be the 81 of Jackson McLean. Byron Gay outside of row number 3. Noah Bowman inside of row number 4. Cameron Pritchard outside row number 4, and rounding out the field is going to be the 69 of Austin Thornton. Short field on hand, 9 cars going for 30 laps around the Cedar Lake Speedway. Apologize once again, SDK timing not quite correct on the get-go. Bowen Smith looking to the inside of Ryan Paget for the lead, working lap number 1. Most of the field going to single file out around the high side of the speedway. As I said, about half the field tried the bottom through 1 and 2. Andrew Thornton in the 4th spot, Byron Gay hot on his heels. Looking to move forward. Jackson McLean going backwards to the 81 machine. Battle out front. Bowen Smith, Ryan Paget side by side for the lead. Coming lap number 5, Paget still holding a slim lead. Here's a move for the lead from Smith, and he's in the fence. That's going to bring out our first yellow of the evening. Lights are out on the pace truck. Here we go, coming back to green. Ryan Paget still your leader. Josh Whiteman in second. Andrew Thornton third. Off turn number 4. Paget grabs loud pedal. We're back underway here at Cedar Lake. Andrew Thornton looking to cross down underneath Josh Whiteman for P2. Cam Pritchard making his way up from the tail end of the field. He's up to 4th. Most of the field single filing out around the high side of the speedway. Josh Whiteman right on the back bumper of Ryan Paget. Thornton and Pritchard starting to reel in the top 2. Pritchard goes low, trying to keep the momentum. Pulls up side by side with Thornton for the 3rd spot. Real tight slider across the nose of Thornton in 3 and 4. Thornton throws one back in 1 and 2. Pritchard back to the inside once again, clears the slider this time. Thornton goes to throw a slider back, leaves him a lane on the high side. Pritchard's now up to P3. Got 10 in the books. Ryan Paget has led them all to this point. Josh Whiteman trying to be just that much smoother than Paget to try to pass him by for the lead. Cuts down off turn number 2. No momentum on the bottom. Paget retains the lead on the high side. Cameron Pritchard and Bowen Smith coming. Thornton back to 5th. Whiteman sets up for the slide job on Paget. Wheel to wheel down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Whiteman clears Paget this time by, and he is going to lead the lap. First lead change of the night. Paget working the bottom as well. Got a 4-car dance for the lead halfway home in this one. Josh Whiteman across the nose of Ryan Paget. Paget gets into him. Whiteman gathers it back up. Paget also does. We're going to stay clean and green. Now your lead is Cam Pritchard and Bowen Smith. Whiteman back to P3. Smith goes to cross over Pritchard. Close quarters racing here. Got 12 laps to go this time. Smith right to the bumper of Pritchard. Winds it up, fires the slider across turns 3 and 4. Pritchard answers back with one of his own. Smith cuts down. They're still wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. Crossing each other over at every single turn. Josh Whiteman's loving to see it. He's starting to close the gap. By 9 laps to go. A great battle going for the lead. Pritchard short slides Smith into turns 3 and 4. Smith also a little bit short on his slider. That's going to draw a yellow flag. Lights are out on the pace truck. Bowen Smith, Josh Whiteman, and Noah Bowman going to lead us back to the green. Green flag's back out. Got 7 laps to go here at Cedar Lake. Smith right to the cushion, trying to put some distance between himself and Josh Whiteman. Noah Bowman quietly making his way through the field. Now up to P3, looking for P2 over Whiteman. Ryan Paget from the earlier incident, he's trying to move his way back forward, currently working the low side of the speedway, trying to get around Jackson McLean. Four laps to go this time by Bowen Smith. Has about a half-second advantage over Josh Whiteman in second place. Three-way dance for the 4th spot. Andrew Thornton and Ryan Paget get together. That's going to draw out another yellow. Here we go. Green, white, checkered finish coming at you for the 305 sprint cars. Smith, Whiteman, Bowman, your top 3. Two laps to go. Smith rolling around the high side. White flag is out. One more lap to go for Bowen Smith. Does Whiteman have anything for him into turns 3 and 4? He does not. They come off turn number 4. Checkered flag's going to fly. Bowen Smith going to be your winner. Josh Whiteman finishes in P2. And Noah Bowman rounds out your podium. So your A feature rundown shakes out just like this. Bowen Smith, the Bullet, going to be your winner. Josh Whiteman in second. Noah Bowman in third. Andrew Thornton fourth. Jackson McLean rounds out the top 5. Austin Thornton, Ryan Paget, Byron Gay, Cam Pritchard round out your 9-car field this evening for the 305s. And with that, let's make our way back to Lakeland, Florida for the 410 main event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a feature time for the 410 sprint cars in the B-Main Bandits King of Wings series. We're supposed to have 17 cars in the field tonight. We're going to be going green with 15. Michael Todd and Josh Berkey not answering the call. So your remaining 15 look like this. Starting shotgun on the field tonight, the 15th starting spot. He comes to you out of Joplin, Missouri. The AMT Racing Services B-Main Bandits number 69 of Austin Thornton. Starting outside of row number 7 tonight, he comes to you out of St. Louis, Missouri. The Aces Up Sim Sports, Scott Thomas and Racing. Finish line race designs number 73 of Larry Moody. And to his inside, back for more punishment with the Wing 410 sprint cars out of Hudson, North Carolina. Mr. I Can't Turn on Dirt, the 08 of Richie Joplin. Starting outside of row number 6, he comes to you out of California. That's going to be the KYB number 46 of Ricky Mandonka. To his inside, he's well known within the league. The finish line race designs Crow Racing, Scott Thomas Racing, Aces Up Sim Sports, number 98 of Reckin Ryan Paget. Rolling off from the 10th starting position tonight, he comes to you out of Granbury, Texas, the B-Main Bandits AMT Racing Services, number 31 of Andrew Thornton. And his inside out of Spencerville, Ohio, the surge performance number 11, Byron Gay. Rolling off from the 6th starting position tonight, the Logan Schuler Tribute Machine. That's going to be number 21 of Cam Pritchard out of Carlisle, Illinois. To his inside, that's going to be the finish line design, Scott Thomas Racing, Aces Up Sim Sports, number 14 of Josh Whiteman. Next up, scheduled to start 6th place tonight. That's going to be the 012 of Bowen Smith. To his inside, it's going to be the Lightning Motorsports, number 91 of Matt Grimm. Jackson McLean was scheduled to be your 4th starter tonight. After all the trouble he had in the heat race, he's going to elect to go tailback on the field. Moving up into your top 4 starters. Now, Bowen Smith inherits the 4th spot, so starting P3 tonight, it's going to be Scott Thomason out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Passing Points Podcast, Aces Up Sim Sports, Scott Thomas Racing, number 6, and your front row. He comes to you out of Springfield, Illinois, representing Indy Race Parts Esports. That's going to be the number 24 of Noah Bowman. And your pole sitter tonight, making his debut with the B-Main Bandits Racing League. He comes to you out of Mansfield, Ohio, the surge performance number 33. That is Levi Salzgiver. You got 15 cars going for 30 laps around the USA International Speedway. Sit down, strap in, hold on tight as we go 3 wide and get rowdy with the B-Main Bandits 410 sprint cars. Salzgiver and Bowman going to lead the field into turn number 3 out of turn number 4. Green flags in the air. We're racing. Big wheel stand for Matt Grimm. Gets into Bowen Smith. Calamity down the front straightaway. Big pile up into turn number 1, and that's going to be our first yellow of the night. See if we can't go back and take a look at what happened here. Salzgiver and Grimm both with big wheel stands. Paget in the back with one as well. Crosses up in front of Bowen Smith. Collects Whiteman, Pritchard, Thornton. Basically the entire field stacks in behind him. Grimm and Bowen Smith get hung together and the whole gaggle of cars down to the inside trying to avoid it. 5-car pileup will bring out the first yellow of the evening. There you go, lights are out on the pace truck. We're going to try the start once again, but we're going to do it single file this time. Salzgiver, Bowman, and Whiteman going to lead us to green. Pace truck dives in. Off turn number 4. The whole field kind of snakes together. We are green here at Lakeland. Levi Salzgiver leads the field through turns 1 and 2. Looks to be clean and green all the way around. Cam Pritchard, first one, working the low side of the speedway, trying to make ground on the leaders. Salzgiver's going to lead lap number 1. For Forgive us once again for SDK timing and scoring being a little wonky. It will straighten itself out here pretty quick. And just like that, Bowen Smith is almost a lap car. You got a battle for the lead up front. Cameron Pritchard on the low side gets around Levi Salzgiver. Bowen Smith up there running for his life to not become lap traffic. Battle for the second spot is Noah Bowman and Salzgiver touch wheels a little bit down the back straightaway. Salzgiver still got the spot into turn number 3. Bowman swaps it up, runs the low side that time. Cam Pritchard still your leader. So far, Bowen Smith able to hold him off on the high side. All Smith wants to see at this point is a yellow. Stay on the lead lap. Noah Bowman around the bottom. Side by side with Salzgiver for the second position. Long slide job. He clears him this time. Move Bowman to P2 down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, the battle up front for Bowen Smith to stay on the lead lap continues. Salzgiver goes and throws a slider of his own on Bowman, bobbles it a little bit, leaves the lane open, lets Bowman go back by. Jackson McLean, the early benefactor of that first lap yellow, got through unscathed, has picked up a ton of spots, currently running at P5. Now Noah Bowman securely locked into the second position. Cam Pritchard still trying to put Bowen Smith a lap down. Side by side at the flag stand this time. Richie Joplin, the next car in jeopardy of becoming lap traffic. Joplin with a little bit of trouble down the front straightaway. Smith catches right up to him and gets into Joplin, and that's going to be a yellow flag. We'll take another look at what happened with Bowen Smith and Richie Joplin. Bowen just misjudged how much Richie was slowing down to run the top side of the speedway and gets into the back of him. Lights are out on the pace truck. Going to be coming back to green. Pritchard, Bowman, Whiteman, your top 3. Green flags in the air. We're back underway. Go for a ride with the 73 of Larry Moody. See how he's working traffic. He stays on the low side behind Byron Gay that time. Runs through the middle. He's got Gay on the bottom, Matt Grimm on the high side. Nearly 3 wide off turn number 4. Using a lot of throttle control through the middle to keep it pointed straight. Real close quarters with Byron Gay. Back up front, Cam Pritchard starting to check out on the field. 1.3 second advantage for him. Josh Whiteman currently scored in second place. Works low side around Noah Bowman. Bowman looking back under Whiteman this time for P2. And we have a yellow flag. Let's go back and take a look at what brought it out. We're going to take a look at what brought out the yellow. Larry Moody and Byron Gay make a little bit of contact. Scott Thomason with nowhere to go collects Bowen Smith and Ryan Padgett. As the field rolls down the back straightaway into turn number 3, lights on the pace truck are out. Means we're going to go green this time off turn number 4. Pritchard, Whiteman, Bowman, Salzgiver, and McLean, your top 5. Pace truck dives off. Pritchard punches the loud pedal. We're back underway. Great start for Pritchard. Josh Whiteman immediately playing defense with Noah Bowman. Both drivers to the high side of the speedway. A little further back, Salzgiver loses the 4th spot to Jackson McLean, and Matt Grimm making a charge. He wants his way back in the top 5 after the early mishap. McLean, Salzgiver, Grimm side by side, 3 wide. Josh Whiteman and Noah Bowman still going at it from P2. Whiteman on the low side, Bowman railing the cushion on the high side. Whiteman still has the spot by about 2 car lengths going into turn number 3. Cameron Pritchard has worked his way up to a 1.9 second lead. Now starting to work lap 18 of 30 here at USA International. Matt Grimm up to the 4th spot. Already starting to reel in P2 and 3. Bowman and Whiteman still having a relentless battle up front here for the 2nd position. Meanwhile, Pritchard continues to check out on the field. He's now up to 2.2 seconds ahead of P2. Matt Grimm right to the tail tank of Noah Bowman. He's going to start challenging for the 3rd position. A couple of spots back, see Larry Moody just passing up Levi Salzgiver. Salzgiver down to P7 after leading early on in the race. Matt Grimm within 5 car lengths of Noah Bowman, but don't look now. I was going to comment and say Bowen Smith was coming, but Bowen is actually a lap down. The next car in line behind Grimm is Jackson McLean in the 81. Whiteman loses P2 to Noah Bowman. See if he gets it back. Bowman gets into the wall on the high side of the speedway. Whiteman slips the grip on the bottom. Bowman's going to hold P2 that time. 8 laps to go here at Lakeland. Matt Grimm wants to see a couple more mistakes just like that one. Noah Bowman to the high side. Josh Whiteman down to the inside. The battle for 2nd rages on. Wheel to wheel that time, 7 laps to go. Cam Pritchard got a whole corner advantage on the rest of the field. 3.5 seconds this time. Matt Grimm has caught the tail tank of Noah Bowman. Bowen Smith racing hard, wanting to unlap himself if we were to get a late race yellow here. Got a 3-car dance for P2 as Pritchard comes down and sees a fistful. 5 laps to go. Bowman still working the high side of the speedway. Now gets a little bit of breathing room over Whiteman. Has 2 car lengths advantage. Bowen Smith clears Matt Grimm. Takes Grimm out of the fight. Josh Whiteman now with P2 as they go into turn number 3. Whiteman runs a little bit higher. Bowman keeps putting the car on the wall in turns 3 and 4. 3 laps to go. Cam Pritchard's out to a 4.3 second advantage. Bowen Smith gets by Noah Bowman. That gives Josh Whiteman the first rest he's had since we've gone back green. 2 laps to go out front for Cam Pritchard. 4.7 seconds the advantage. Matt Grimm and Noah Bowman going at it for the third and final podium spot. As this time by, the 21 of Cam Pritchard is going to see the white flag one more time around this 3/4 mile monstrosity here in Lakeland, Florida. Down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. Rolling through turn number 4, checkered flag is going to fly. Your winner comes to you out of Carlisle, Illinois. That's going to be number 21 of Cam Pritchard. Josh Whiteman going to come home P2. Matt Grimm squeezes by Noah Bowman for the third and final spot on the podium. Your A feature winner tonight comes to you out of Carlisle, Illinois. That's going to be number 21 of Cam Pritchard. The 14 machine, Josh Whiteman, brings home P2, and Matt Grimm rounds out your podium. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here at USA International Speedway from Lakeland, Florida. Your A feature shakedown looks just like this. Cam Pritchard going to be your winner tonight. Josh Whiteman in second. Matt Grimm rounds out the podium. Noah Bowman, Jackson McLean round out your top 5. Scott Thomas and Larry Moody, Andrew Thornton, Byron Gay, Levi Salzgiver round out the top 10. Austin Thornton, Ricky Mandonka, Bowen Smith, Ryan Paget, and Richie Joplin going to round out your 15-car field. If you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in next week. As next week, we go to the Tulsa Expo Center, where the Outlaw Wing Micros will make their final appearance of the season, as well as the Wing 360 Sprint Cars from the Diamond and Dirt tracks at the Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. We thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.